Hey guys, so you have a company name. Now we have to go and we have to search to make sure that that company name is available, as well as we have to register this company name on these various platforms as well. And so where is the first place for you to start? The first place that I recommend that you start is on social media, and that's for a few reasons. Now, one, in today's modern technology age, social media is the number one way to market and to reach a wider audience. And in fact, uh, compared to traditional marketing strategies, social media is far more cost effective, and you get to reach more of a larger audience through social media. Now, one day social media might increase their advertisement prices, and but as of now, in order to reach the masses of your target audience, social media is the number one place to go. And so, with that being said, you have your desired name. So, you want to go to most of the major social media platforms, and you want to search specifically for your name, for your desired name. Now, you can either register your desired company name on each one of these platforms as you go through the search, but keep in mind there's other avenues and other websites that we have to check out later on in the process. So you may want to hold off on that, or at least finish the video and decide which route you want to go. So after you go through social media and you search all the major social media sites, from there you want to go to any search engine, and search for your company name, your desired company name. See if anything comes up. And I recommend personally that you search multiple search engines. There's quite a few major ones. Just stick to, I would say the top two or three major search engines, and not only search and scroll through the first page and read to see if your desired company name generates, but also click one, two, three, maybe 4 or 5 pages down the line just to get a thorough search out of the way. And mind you, you want to read each and every link to make sure that your desired company name does not come up. It's just an extra step and a precaution just to check to see if your company name is already out there in some type of use. It may not even be used as a website address, but it could be used as, a product line or a service that is already, trademarked or copywritten through somebody else, or through another company. So just do a Google search on your desired company name to protect you, or to check that avenue, and to make sure that you don't do copyright or trademark infringes. But we will get to those steps, and we will cover those in a little bit. Now, the third location that you want to check is a domain registry. There are plenty out there. Pick your favorite. Just simply type in a search engine, domain registry sites, or search domain name, and a ton of different sites will come up. A ton of sites will advertise at the top. Typically, under the search engines, these paid for advertisements typically come from credible companies, but look out there and see, do your due diligence and search whatever credible company is that you want to look into. And they all have the same information. So if you search for your desired company name on one search engine, and then you turn around and search for it on another, if it's available, it'll show up, and it'll tell you exactly how much it will cost for you to register that company name under that particular domain registry site. Now, there are other avenues and other things, including like web hosting And, if you want to do stuff like, sell e-commerce or something like that on your website, then, you might have to buy additional stuff in addition to just paying for your domain name. But as far as, the name itself goes, if you register that domain name, then you are secure with your website, and, you will protect yourself from having somebody else come in later down your process after you built up this company and, registering a false company with your desired company name, right underneath you. And then now they're able to operate or hold on to that company domain site, for until they do no longer feel like paying for it. One thing that is an option here, say if you're searching for a company name and your company name is taken and you see that it's from somebody that's not even operating or using that domain site, you may be able to reach out. I do believe you could find some kind of personal information, even if it's an email address, send an email, and depending on how much you are, how determined you are to get that particular company name, you may be able to, send an email or something and, send an offer for compensation for ownership of that domain name. But that's another video. We'll get into that strategy a little later. But moving forward in the process so far, and just as a quick recap, we have searched our desired company name on social media, on search engine websites, and then after that we went to domain registries and we searched for our desired company name. Now, if your desired company name is available on the major social media platforms and you're able to get the domain name secured, from there we need to move on to verifying whether or not that company name is available on the state level, and also securing it on the state level. So at the state level, each and every state has their own specific branch or their own specific government and agency that handles business registries. And in order to operate in your state, and in order to have certain protections, you have to register your company at the state level. Now, some of those protections and some of those benefits that come with registering at the state level include, different tax benefits and then also protection benefits. So say if you set up shop in one city of your state and then completely on the opposite end of the state, somebody else sets up a shop or a company that has the same name as you, if you have a registered name or company in the state level, then that person, no matter how far away they are, as long as they are still in your state, they are not legally allowed to operate under your company name. Now, that does have its limitations. Again, that is only within the state, which brings us to the next area in which we have to check. So if your company name is available on the state level, go ahead and register it, or you could wait to the next step to see if it's available there, and then from there you can come back and analyze whether or not you want to register it from there. So the next level we have to go federal. To go federal and to check to see if that your desired company name is available on the federal level, you have to go to the USPTO.gov website, which it stands for United States Patent and Trademark Office, and they handle all the federal trademarks. From there, they have what is called TESS, which is trademark something search system. And so from their system, TESS, and you could literally just search USPTO TESS, TESS, and that will generate links directly to, and you have to look for the .gov uh, portion. That will give you a link to their official search engine. From there, you have different search options where you could search for the company name itself. You could search for the if you have an image in mind, you could search for an image. In addition to that, I do want to say that have to do a thorough search here. Now, I'll definitely make a trademark video, but what I want to say at this point, just in case anybody is at this step when this video is released, when you search on TESS, which is the USPTO's .gov's official search engine for trademarks, when you do a search, say if you search for your exact company name, and it shows up that nothing is registered under that, or there's a few things that are registered that are generated, and you check those few things and none of those were similar to yours, you have to go back and do a synonym search. And you want to know, and you want to search for things that sound similar to what your desired company name is. Now, the reason for this is because say if you name your company, or your desired name of your company is one thing, and there's somebody else out there that has a similar name and they're also operating within the same space as you, and we'll talk about the different class systems and everything like that in the trademark video. But say if they have a similar name to you or a similar design as you, and they are also operating in the same class space as you or your company, then you will unfortunately be either denied or held up when it comes to the application process and when it comes to the approval process. Now, I have not personally been denied or anything like that, but it is a possibility. So you want to do a thorough search and search for multiple things that sound similar to whatever your concept is, whatever your brand idea is, and your desired company name is, just to verify and be more cautious on whether or not it's available. If you see something that might be similar, but it's not exactly the same, yeah, from there and really with the USPTO.gov and the trademark registration, I highly recommend that you reach out to an attorney. I do that, and I say that because they could give you one, they could give you free consultations. Two, you could ask to how much the consultation prices are, and three, it's worth the investment. It could potentially be worth the investment. And I say that because at this point, if you made it through all the previous steps and your company name was available, then you get to the trademark aspect. Now you're protecting your brand. And when you protect your brand, and there is a thing called common law trademark. So say if you're operating under a certain name, but you haven't filed federally, and somebody else comes along and they file federally on the federal level, then and you make a claim or a case that you were operating before them, then the USPTO will look into seeing who started operations first, or the court systems will look to see who operated first, and then they'll get actual rights to the trademark itself. So it's not necessarily who files the trademark first, but who's actually operating under that name or behind that image on a commercial level first. That's a side note, and but that was something that I just learned, so I wanted to share that with you guys. But anyways, so let's say if you do go back in, or if you did go through all those previous steps and your name was available, go ahead and, you know, this trademark thing gives you more protection. So the common law does protect you, but the filing a trademark gives you more of a foundation of protection, if that makes sense. It gives you the paperwork behind it to say, no, I like you, this person is solely registered under operating for this name or this, image or whatnot. And, nobody else can officially operate under this image unless there's a common law issue. And if you find yourself in a common law issue or circumstance, again, I would dart straight to an attorney. Find one. YouTube has plenty of them on there. I'm sure you could search a search engine for a trademark lawyer near you, and they could give you consultation and advice from there. And it might be something, you might have a court case that you need to, generate, and, protect your brand, protect your label, and do the due diligence. So in the beginning of the video, I said, to search all those different avenues: social media, search engine, the domain registration, then from there to search the state level, and then after that to search the federal level. So at this point, you searched everything and you see a clear path. None of these places have your desired company name registered under them. So I would say, just like my shirt says, I don't know if you can see, but it says run, run, run. Run back to the social media and register your desired company name on each and every platform available. Now, there are some platforms out there that may not give you value in return from being on there, but I would go back and just register, especially the major ones, especially the ones that are trendy. So even, I have to imagine that I have an older audience that's watching. You might not be so tech savvy. However, again, marketing is key, especially for small businesses. And with so many of us struggling to get funding, as much free marketing or cheap marketing that you could get, learn it, soak it in, and take full advantage of it. But that's a whole nother video. That's a side note. So register all your companies on all the social media websites. From there, you don't have to go to the search engine because you already did that step. From there, you want to go to a domain registry. There's plenty out there, and you can actually search. You could search a search engine or any platform, and find out and look for suggestions for the best domain registry site. And there's people out there that break down the pros and cons of each one, and you could find out what their opinions are. Now, I haven't personally taken the time to go down that list and go deep into that route. That's not my realm. But there are people out there that do provide that extra information out there if you need it or if you do want it. So I would say, search for it. The information is out there. You just have to search for it. Now, from there, run to the state site. And again, you just have to search in the search engine, and you want to look for a .gov website. Search your state's business registry, in a search engine, and it should pop up. If not, I would, it should pop up, but if not, keep searching. Keep searching. Call your Secretary of State's office. In my state, that's who handles it. So it's possible that your state does, and if not, then they can at least point you in the right direction. So there's a way to find out where you have to go. You just have to search for it. Now, and then from there, we could talk about the trademark. So some people skip the trademark, and I think it's a personal decision. It's a personal choice. Again, technically, if you are offering your services or your product under your name in a commercial way, and you can prove that you're commercially operating under that name or that logo, you technically have common law rights to it as long as nobody else has been operating under that name or that logo prior to you. Now, with that being said, it may be beneficial for you to get extra security and add the trademark to your logo or your name. In addition to that, one thing that you can do is you could register your trademark for your logo or name or both for intent to use purposes. So say if you are not currently operating on a commercial level and it's not out there in front of publicly, then you can register your trademark still and with the intent to use. And under this premises, it is you signing up under good faith and saying, look, I have a full plan to use this and operate commercially under this name or under or behind this logo or image. And what it'll do is it will protect you and it'll solidify your space in the trademark registration process. And when you do get up and running and you do start to operate commercially, you do have to go back and update your trademark registration. But when you do, there is an extra fee. But the good thing and a beneficial thing is the start date actually retrogrades or goes back to the original date that you applied to. So say if you apply with the intent to use, February, and then a few months down the line goes by before you're able to launch officially, and then you do launch, you could go back in, pay the additional fee, and your trademark will be registered back to the date of February, not the date of March, which is very reassuring thing to know, because especially with trademarks taking anywhere from like 6 to 12 months for it to be processed. It's reassuring to know that the registration date will go back to the date that you officially applied and started using your product in commerce, as opposed to whenever you go back to update it from the intent to use to actually using. So that's all I have, and all that. So it's a lot of work. But again, run. It's your dream. It's your race. You're in it, and you could be in it by yourself. You could be in it with multiple people. Just like my last video said, you don't know. And you don't know how far along people are. You don't know how much passion people have behind it, how much free time they have, how much resources they already have. So you need to run and not walk during this process. You have your concept, your business idea, you have your company name. Now you have to go out and get it. Now you gotta search to make sure that's available and go out and get it. Now, if it's not available, you have a couple different options. You can always, see if you can acquire the rights in whatever platform. It could be social media, the domain name, the business name, the trademark itself. If you have the funds and you're able to convince the legal owner or the official owner whose state claims in it to transfer ownership of it to you, that's an option. And if not, It's not the end of the world. You still have your concept, which is the major, major, major part. Now, the name helps out, but think about companies that have made up names that don't, or names that don't correlate with, exactly what they do. And there's specific terms when it comes to trademarks, and registering those type of names that aren't directly associated with what it is that you do. But think about those companies that are really successful, and it doesn't matter what the name is. What matters is your concept. It matters your operations. It matters if you're fulfilling what the customers need. It matters if you are marketing yourself correctly. It matters your quality control. It matters all those different things. Customer service matters. Your foundation, which is basically what this video is about. It's about securing your foundation by protecting yourself as much as possible. So I want to thank everybody for tuning into this video of Building a Brand with Jeremy Patton. If you have any comments, any suggestions, or any precautionary tales on today's topic, please leave it in the comment box. The purpose behind this community is to help build, help uplift, and help guide people along their journey of entrepreneurship, and to help educate people that may not know or may not be able to find that information. So with that being said, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Also like this video, subscribe to my channel. Please share this video, because at the end of the day, we all know somebody that is doing some kind of side hustle, or that is fully operating their own company, and that they may not have the foundation and the information on how to build up their foundation around their company setup. And so somebody out there may be able to use this video, whether you know that they may need it or not. But there is a lot of information, or I try to pack in as much information as possible into my videos. So please, please, please share the word, give out a helping hand to somebody that you may see that needs or may need informative information on how to better secure their company and how to better set up their company and build their company up. With that being said, again, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time.